is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Monday, everybody. Erica Cobb back in the house.
Oh, thank you. Hi. Nice
I'll clap it up for you, Erica Cobb. I'll clap it up for you. There you go. So if you guys didn't know, we are in the middle of award season, and last night was the Screen Actor Guild Awards. Although Erica wasn't there, we're going to get to yours. Yeah. So the sci-fi comedy Everything, Everywhere, All at Once cleaned up, taking home 3 of the 4 individual acting awards, as well as Outstanding Performance by a Cast. Michelle Yeoh won for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Leading Role. It's the first time an Asian actress won that award. Meantime, her co-star Kiwi Kwan also made history by becoming the first Asian male to win for Best Male Performance in a Supporting Role. He got emotional in his speech. Let's take a listen.
When I stepped away from acting, it was because there were so few opportunities. And now, tonight, here we are, celebrating James Hong, Michelle Yeoh, Stephanie Hsu, Hong Chow, Harry Shum Jr. The landscape looks so different now than before. So thank you so much to all of you in this room and everyone who contributed to these changes.
I love that guy. And Jamie Lee Curtis took home Best Female Performance in a Supporting Role. In her acceptance speech, she joked about being a Nepo baby. Take a look.
And I know you look at me and think, well, Nepo baby, that's why she's there, and I totally get it. But the truth of the matter is I'm 64 years old, and this is just amazing.
And White Lotus also took home a number of awards, including Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Drama Series, and Jennifer Coolidge won for Best Performance by a Female in a Drama Series. Finally, Brendan Fraser took home the Best Actor Award for his role in The Whale. Take a look.
Never would have believed that I would have been offered the role of my life in this character, Charlie, in The Whale. He's someone who is on a raft of regrets, but he's in a sea of hope. And I've been at that sea, and I've rode that wave lately, and it's been powerful and good, and I've also had that wave smash me right down to the ocean floor. If you just stay in there and you put one foot in front of the other, you'll get to where you need to go.
A lot of great wins, a lot of great speeches. I think a lot of people out there might not know that the Screen Actor Guild Award is actually voted on by the actors themselves. So when you move to LA, you know, with a dream, your first step is getting that SAG card, right? And everyone it's kind of like a social flex. Like, you got your SAG card? And I'm like, yeah or no. You know what I mean? So all these actors who won.
It's a badge of legitimacy.
That's right. Started with the dream, right? And then it became a reality getting up on that stage. But I don't know how many people knew that. And it was voted on by the actors themselves, so it means a little bit more, I think.
Definitely. Even Brendan Fraser said in his speech, I got my SAG card in 1991, and I can't imagine if you told me then I'd be standing here winning a SAG award. How amazing that would be. Yeah. So it's incredible for those actors. I think it's like the acting award. Like a comic, this is like the actors award.
So, you know,
I was like, you take it.
I know what you're saying, and I think, you know, yes, he's on that stage again, but I think if you listen to how emotional he is in his voice, it's that he can't believe that he's back on that stage. Not because he got picked to do a movie that did well, but just it seems like there's a moment in certain people's lives, and most adults' lives, where there's a fork in the road where one direction may lead you to never not only be in movies, but really not be on this planet anymore. It looks like he was at the depths of everything. And that's where I think the emotion is. When you're young, you're like, hey, I'm a 22-year-old. Of course,
I have plenty of time. Right.
But when you've had a couple decades and you've seen people that you know fall off, you've seen yourself get close to the edge, I think it means a little bit more.
A lot of representation, too.
Yeah. And Kiwi said the same thing, kind of, about that.
All right, so Sally Field was honored last night with the Screen Actor Guild Life Achievement Award. Andrew Garfield, who co-starred with her in The Amazing Spider-Man, presented her with the award. Sally recalled many of the roles she's played over her 5 decades in the industry. Wow, take a look.
I've flown on wires and surfed in the ocean, rode on horses, in wagon trains and fast cars. I've had multiple personality, worked in a textile mill, picked cotton. I've been Mrs. Doubtfire's employer Forrest Gump's mother, Lincoln's wife, and Spider-Man's aunt. I've done scenes wearing 50 pounds of period dresses. Been fully clothed, semi-clothed, and totally naked. Han, Jeff, don't you know?
She's talking to me. But, I mean, what a career. I just went on her IMDb, and I checked it. I was like,
everything.
Wow, that's all. You know what I mean? Everything. And she kind of just wrapped that up.
What's your favorite Sally Field movie?
I'm gonna, you know what? Before I saw that, Forrest Gump popped in my head. Maybe because I watched it so many times, but she sticks out in that. But she has so many great roles.
Oh yeah, I mean Norma. I mean when she was standing up, going Union in what's the movie? Norma Ray. Thank you. That was an incredible moment. And Sally Field was always the cute buttoned flying nun, and then she kind of turned into having some serious acting roles. My favorite by far is Steel Magnolia, and she's in the funeral. She's at the graveyard and she's like, no, stop it, I'm crying. I don't want to cry anymore. It was very real about a mother's loss. I thought she was amazing in that
She's amazing. Great star, but let's get to our own star here. The NAACP Image Awards were NAACP Image Awards. Did I say that right?
Yeah. You nailed it the first time.
Oh, I got scared. Were also held over the weekend. Angela Bassett was the big winner of the night. She was named Entertainer of the Year and took home an acting trophy for the TV show 911. Her movie Black Panther: Wakanda Forever also won Best Picture, and Viola Davis won for her role in The Woman King, and Will Smith won Outstanding Actor for Emancipation. It's his first award since the Oscar slap, but he was not there in person. In WNBA star Brittany Griner and her wife received an emotional standing ovation. She thanked everyone and said she'd keep fighting to bring every American detained overseas home. And our very own Erica Cobb walked the red carpet several times. One of them was with her dad, Roosevelt. Ooh, I bet he got some looks. And on Saturday, she looked stunning wearing this beautiful pink gown. Erica, what did it mean to you just to be there? Your dad was there, your peers.
Yeah.
It's hard to wrap up.
Both of my parents were there. We did have some weather issues, so my mom wasn't able to walk the red carpet with me on Friday.
But there'll be other times.
Yes, there will be other times. That's the plan, Tori.
That's exactly right.
But yeah, it was amazing, and I got to walk amongst giants. Like literally, I followed Angela Bassett on the red carpet. Yeah, that's Angela.
Jeez. Wow.
And
there's Erica.
That's me. Yeah. Fighting for my life on the red carpet behind Angela Bassett. No, it was just, it was so surreal. It was amazing. The award show was incredible. Brittany Griner was a huge surprise to everyone. When Brittany and her wife came out, we were like, I was going like this because I knew I was going to have like a flood of tears. And I'm asking my husband, like, give me the handkerchief. Yeah, that was just an incredible moment. Just watching people that I have looked up to my entire life, really, getting their dues and like being there in the flesh to see it and support that was just, I have no words. And I just want to thank everyone at DBL. I want to thank, the team. Jeray, Peter, Megan.
Good job, you guys.
Coming with me to LA. It was work. Like, award shows are a lot of work. And we worked from the time that we got there till the time that we left. And my family was there, my team was there. And when I started Come Back with Erica Cobb, I think I envisioned something greater than what I was allowing myself to be or think in that moment. That manifested itself when I first got this opportunity here at DBL, and then again in this way. So now I can just see the vision, I can see the bigger picture. So if you are someone who feels like, just like Brandon Fraser was saying, like you need to put one foot in front of the other and just continue to do that, because if you are passionate about something, if you really believe in your heart that there are greater things out there for you, it is up to you and everything else will follow. And that's my testimony as well. So I really want to thank everybody for voting. And I'm just, what can I say? Until next year.
We're proud of you. We're so proud of you, Erica.
I'm coming for you, LeVar Burton.
Yeah, I heard that before.
Reading Rainbow. Anyways, coming up on DBL, he got his start on American Idol, and now he's releasing solo albums. Adam Lambert is telling us all about his latest project. And speaking of American Idol, Katy Perry got emotional last night. The reason she was brought to tears after a contestant's audition. We're going to talk about it.
Our viewers are talking about DBL.
Yes!
Yes.
I like that.
Leaves me speechless. I'm like blushing. Thank you, thank you.
That's emotional.
Do I want to sit there and watch them? Yes, I do.
Yeah, so that was such a great moment, Erica. I mean, we weren't there, but you had to have that feeling being around all those people, Angela Bassett, like almost your parents. Like there had to be some sort of proud moment that you had, right? Or at least pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, I felt very, very proud. When I think about just initially getting the nomination, and Al was sitting next to me at that time, I was just so freaked out. It was like an out-of-body experience. And then going to LA and really not knowing what to anticipate and feeling like, you know, I was like the little engine, because I'm like the little engine that could, because everybody else, you know, had like bigger or stronger, not stronger platforms, but like they're more well-known. I mean, obviously I can't.
Yeah, but you're there. You're in the
Yeah.
room. Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
like I have trouble sometimes patting myself on the back, but you're in that room. It's not little or bigger. It's like you were there. You know what I mean? It's great.
And I really felt that. It made me realize that like this is something to tell me that I need to continue to like grow and expand, and that this is possible, so I can like kind of have my eyes on these types of prizes in the future.
Yes, but Erica, you're still talking about the future. This weekend, you did something that is on everybody that's moving to LA's vision board to walk the record. You did that this weekend, and that's what I keep telling you. You have to take time to process.
Yeah.
Like not even your husband in the room. Like just to be like, what did you just do? I mean, it's to walk the red carpet is like people win prizes on Ellen to go do that. And you did it through hard work, having nobody in your family that's in the business, nobody backdooring you to get you around. You just did it through sheer hard work and just performing every time the camera turned on. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Welcome back to DBL. American Idol is in full swing, and last night, 21-year-old Trey Lewis wowed the judges with his performance, but it was this story that got the biggest reaction. He survived the school shooting in Santa Fe, Texas back in 2018 that saw 8 students and 2 teachers killed. And Katy Perry couldn't contain her emotions. Take a look.
Our country has failed us.
Facts.
This is not okay. You should be singing here because you love music. I hope that you remind people that we have to change. Because you know what? I'm scared too.
Trey did end up with a ticket to Hollywood and hugs from all of the judges, but it's a very real moment, Al, and you know, we've talked about it before. You never know how something's going to hit you in that moment, right? And I feel like that's exactly what happened to Katy Perry, even though some people online are saying she was putting it on.
Look, we have done this show for every day for 6 years, basically, and the stories that weirdly hit me the most, I remember like season 2 is a kind of a cute thing, but like there was a young black guy taking his daughter to get vaccinated for the first time, and remember she got her vaccination, and he was just like, "Oh, baby, please don't cry." And it was just this cute, and I fell apart, you know, because it just brought out all these things and me taking my kids. So it's like, you know, we do these stories, the Thousand Oak shooting, of all the shootings, just really hearing that dad, he let out this guttural noise, and it stayed with me for the rest of my life. So I don't know if there's any stories like that that have affected you, but I get it. Everybody's like, well, why that story? Because I should hope a school shooting still affects us.
Yeah. I would agree too. And also, she has a 2-year-old, Daisy, and she's going to have to put in school at some point with Orlando Bloom, and that's terrifying. But I also just want to say that American Idol is supposed to be the squeaky Hallmark version of America in a way, where they show you the best of the brightest of America, and it's sort of baseball-y and apple pie-y, and even American Idol can't evade America's shooting problem. Even that show has to somehow meld, because those teenagers are growing up as survivors. They're going on to sing. So it's a very American moment for American Idol to have encountered that clash of culture, I thought.
Is it also very American that people are actually taking to social media to say that she couldn't have actually legitimately been affected by a young man standing in front of her saying that he's a survivor of a shooting in his school.
Yeah, that's
like
very us.
We're more inclined to suggest that she was putting it on, like it's not a natural reaction.
Yeah, intrinsic.
For someone to hear that multiple kids and teachers were killed and not have a visceral reaction to be affected in that way.
Right.
That's what we're questioning.
Yeah.
In that entire thing, that's the question that people have. Like, this world needs a healing.
That's a great point, because I didn't even think about that until you said I'm blinded by that, right? I'm just
that's
expecting.
the question.
Yeah, I was just expecting people were going to hate on Katy Perry, right? Like, without a great point. Great point. That's why she got that award. You know?
Nomination.
The award's coming. Coming up on DBL, speaking of American Idol, former contestant Adam Lambert tells us all about his new music. That cutie coming up.
According to the American Cancer Society, cancer is the second most common cause of death in the U.S. after heart disease. And it seems like people younger and younger are getting diagnosed with cancer. So the question, are more individuals under the age of 50 being diagnosed with cancer? Let's verify. Our source is a study by research at Brigham and Women's Hospital, the CDC, and Dr. Sunil Kamath, medical oncologist with the Cleveland Clinic. A study by researchers at Brigham and Women's Hospital looked at 14 different types of cancers. They found starting in 1990, people under the age of 50 were being diagnosed with cancer more than ever before. It's a trend that has continued over the past several decades. Kamath says this is a trend he's picked up on as well.
We see in clinic all the time. I think, when I look at my clinic schedule and I see who's coming in and I just kind of scan through, the ages on the list, that number has definitely been, 15, 20 years younger than it was in the past.
The study found many factors can contribute to why more younger people are getting cancer. One may be because people are getting screened at a younger age. Researchers found lifestyle and obesity can also be a cause. According to the CDC, obesity rates have climbed over the last 60 years. In the 1960s, fewer than 14% of individuals had a body mass index of over 30, which is the threshold for obesity. In 2020, those figures were closer to 40%. So we can verify that, yes, more individuals under the age of 50 are being diagnosed with cancer. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Welcome back. Adam Lambert continues to break barriers in art, music, and human rights ever since capturing our hearts in American Idol. When he's not out touring with Queen, you can find him releasing incredible solo albums like High Drama, which is out now, and earlier we spoke with him about this new chapter. Take a look.
Please welcome back to the show Grammy-nominated international superstar Adam Lambert.
Wow. Hi. That was quite the introduction, and well-deserved, my friend, well-deserved. So let's get right to it. Your new album, High Drama, just came out, and it's all full of covers. How do you pick what covers go on?
It was a process. We had a long list, and just slowly started whittling it down. The criteria was, is it something that I can relate to for my life? And is it a song that I can take and completely flip on its side? I think people have responded really positively to the stuff that I've done where I've changed songs, like Believe by Cher for the Kennedy Center honors, or some of the stuff I've did on Idol. So yeah, it just seemed like a good challenge. I'm still working on solo music. There's more coming, but this was just something I wanted to put together and get out really quickly for fans.
I love it. I've always loved when you change songs.
It's very American Idol-ish, if I may. Those are the people that
genre bending,
shoot, right?
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. You do it the best.
I'm really excited. I have a list of your tracks. That's not what you say. You call it a track list. Let's start from there. Holding Out for a Hero. I'm so excited for that one. Chandelier. I Can't Stand the Rain. Like, can you imagine hearing it Lambertized? You know what I mean? Very cool. Okay, quick question. You are currently writing a musical as well. What are some musicals, I'm a musical nerd, that have inspired you throughout your life to make you want to write your own? I'm a Les Mis, Hello Dolly type of girl.
You know, I grew up in musical theater, so I've done a lot of different types of shows, but I think that the ones that I've always really loved are sort of the more, you know, the rock musicals, you know, the stuff like Jesus Christ Superstar or The Who's Tommy, Hedwig and the Angry Inch, you know, stuff a bit more edgy, sort of
Sweeney Todd-ish.
Yeah, so I'm excited to reveal this musical. It's not time yet to tell you exactly what it is, but I will say that it takes place in the 1970s. It's based on a true story. It'll sort of highlight all the great musical styles from that era.
Now, you've said that High Drama kickstarts a new chapter for you. What is this new chapter out of Adam Lambert? I'm curious.
This was a different type of challenge. Getting in the studio and coming up with new arrangements was really exciting, and I worked with some amazing producers. Yeah, I really wanted to kind of give the album sort of a rock backbone. You know, there's a lot of references to different periods and styles of rock music that I love. Everything from, like, you know, more alternative electronic kind of rock to glam rock from the 70s to 80s rock, 90s. All of it.
You started Feel Something Foundation, because you aren't doing enough, my friend, to support LGBTQ+ rights along with mental health and suicide prevention resources. How does it feel knowing you've really literally saved lives, and what is your purpose for your foundation?
If you're given an opportunity like I've been given, like, give back. It's like kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
So I wanted to form this foundation called the Feel Something Foundation, after having kind of done some like moonlighting with different organizations over the years. Just thought, let's take it up to the next level. I want to build funds for certain initiatives. I want to create awareness for certain organizations. And that's what we've been doing. And, you know, like I said earlier, the LGBTQ+ community has moved so far ahead. We've come a long way. There's been an amazing amount of equality and acceptance and visibility, but there's still more to be done. And there are a lot of oppositions to the community right now in terms of us being just treated like equals. So I really think now more than ever is the time to sort of get involved and make some noise.
Good for you.
Well,
you know, said.
I think that you only get to be that beautiful on the outside if you that beautiful on the inside. Because I can't stop staring at you like, dang, it's just full through.
You're like a storm.
I had to stare at the prompter because if I made eye contact, I don't know what would happen.
Beauty.
Adam, we love you as a singer, a person, and you are an activist.
Absolutely.
And thank God you are using your platform. We appreciate you. DBL Nation, you can check out Adam's new album, High Drama, out now on all streaming platforms. Adam Lambert, thank you so much. We'll be right back. Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
This week, social media got a little sticky when actor Ben Stein complained about changes to Aunt Jemima brand syrup and pancake mix on his Truth Social account.
Because of the inherent racism of Americans' corporate culture, they decided to make it a white person or maybe no person at all.
Referencing the 2021 rebrand that removed the character from the name and packaging, but sending Aunt Jemima trending. Responses to the video stirred up shares of an old myth that the actress who portrayed Aunt Jemima became one of America's first black millionaires. So let's verify. Did Nancy Green, the first woman to portray the Aunt Jemima character, really become a millionaire? We spoke to historian Karen Cox and looked at these sources and learned Nancy Green was a formerly enslaved black woman. Before the Aunt Jemima campaign, she was working as a housekeeper in Chicago. In 1893, the R.T. Davis Milling Company hired Green to appear as Aunt Jemima at the Chicago World's Fair, where she made pancakes for thousands of people, sharing stories of plantation life written by her white employers. Green continued to play the role for decades. So it's true that Green really was the first Aunt Jemima, but did she really become a wealthy superstar?
She was no millionaire.
Karen Cox has researched and written about Green and others in her book, Dreaming of Dixie.
She probably made a nominal fee for every time she, performed as Aunt Jemima, but the money that was being made is the Quaker Oats company that made the millions.
In 1910, Green listed her occupation as a housekeeper in a private residence, an unlikely job for a superstar millionaire. After her death in 1923, her obituaries also made no mention of any notable wealth. So we can verify, no, there's no evidence that Nancy Green became a millionaire from her work as Aunt Jemima. But there is evidence that the term Aunt Jemima is based on a Jim Crow era caricature of African American women, rooted in racist tropes, which is why Quaker Oats opted for the rebrand. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
In a now deleted tweet that had more than 2 million views, someone claimed their sister suffered a stroke after getting their neck adjusted by a chiropractor. So let's verify. Can cracking your neck cause a stroke? Our sources are the Spine and Sport Medical Center, Veritas Health, and Dr. Paul Yeva, a vascular neurologist at Yale School of Medicine. Cracking your neck requires a rapid movement to stretch the joints. This lets fluid in the joint spread out, creating gas bubbles that pop and make a cracking noise. Our sources warn in rare cases that rapid movement could also tear the arteries in your neck.
It's actually a rare cause of stroke. It probably represents only 2% of the cases, but then again, it may be underdiagnosed, as we do not really, screen everybody who, traumatizes their neck.
But Yeva says any rapid neck movement, like sneezing or coughing, could also cause the same tears. So yes, cracking your neck could cause a stroke. It's just really rare. The Spine and Sport Medical Center says the day-to-day neck cracking you experience is probably safe. Just don't try to give yourself an adjustment by pulling or twisting your head with your hands. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. We all know exercise is important, but how much is enough to stay healthy as we get older? It's time for some joint and muscle support brought to you by Omega XL. Although working out 5 times a week is ideal, experts say that working out just once a month is linked to better thinking and memory functions. As we age, it's never too late to start a fitness routine, and people who were more active when they were younger experience even more benefits. Omega XL has improved the lives of millions of consumers, supported by 30 years of clinical research. Omega XL's powerful and proven benefits have transformed the lives of athletes, celebrities, and dedicated daily users. Call 800-813-6801 or visit omegaxl.com for more info. Basically what they're saying is just do something.
Just move your body.
Just do something.
Even if it's dancing, just dance.
I hear that in my head before I go out on Friday night.
Just dance.
Just dance.